Malaysia's opposition leaders have delivered a petition to the King. They want the country's coronavirus emergency declaration to come to an end so Parliament can resume. Leading the group, former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. Melissa Goh with the details.
At 95, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad isn't giving up without a fight. Braving the sweltering heat amid a raging pandemic, the former Prime Minister led opposition MPs to seek an audience with the King, Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin, who declared a state of emergency on January 11th. And this following repeated requests by Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin for emergency powers to help fight a worsening pandemic after daily cases hit 4 digits. Now, 100 days on, opposition MPs led by former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad submitted a memorandum to the King asking for an immediate end to the declaration of emergency, which they say did nothing to curb the spread of COVID-19. Instead, it's just to preserve the political power of Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. Almost 40,000 signed the online petition calling for an end to emergency powers, but no appointment was given by the palace. Now, speaking outside the palace, Dr. Mahathir said the people are suffering due to the unchecked powers given to Muhyiddin's administration.
It is quite clear that very large numbers of Malays are now angry that they are suffering because of this darurat.
Opposition lawmakers also demanded Prime Minister Muhyiddin to reconvene the parliament as soon as possible to ensure that the people's interests are best served.
With the emergency, it's almost as though anything goes as far as the government is concerned. Any law can be made, any law can be repealed, any amount of fines can be instituted, even if people feel they are extremely grossly unfair.
It is not just about the parliament opening, but it's also about our economy. Our economy is really suffering. People are actually out of job.
Now, opposition parliamentary chief Anwar Ibrahim, who's back at his constituency in Port Dickson, was not present. Prime Minister Muhyiddin has maintained that the emergency powers are necessary to enable his administration to better fight COVID-19. And political stability is important to revive the economy and restore confidence. Now, since he was sworn in last March, Mr. Muhyiddin has faced numerous leadership challenges due to his razor-thin majority in parliament, not just from the opposition, but also within his own coalition. UMNO, its largest political ally, had been trying to force an election to regain political dominance. While the suspension of the parliament has allowed him some breathing space, Mr. Muhyiddin has promised that he will call for election and seek his own mandate once the situation is under control. Now, the emergency declaration expires on August 1st, unless lifted earlier. Melissa Goh, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.